This is Face the Nation, broadcasting live from the CNN IBN headquarters in New Delhi with Sagarika Ghosh.
ये यात्रा वो चीज बनाने के लिए है जो मैं समझता हूं मंदिर से भी पवित्र है, और वो है शौचालय।
Why compare toilet and temple and hurt the sentiments of the people?
Yes, we are focusing tonight on temples and toilets. Rural Development Minister Jairam Ramesh has said, Mandir se bhi zyada pavitra hai shauchalaya. Even purer than a temple is a toilet. Is he insulting Hindu sentiment or making a strong argument to challenge the Indian mentality on toilets? Remember, 626 million Indians still defecate in the open. India is the world capital of open defecation. We're asking, are universal modern toilets much more important than temples? Joining us tonight on this question, Bindeshwar Pathak, founder of Sulabh International. We're very privileged to have him here. He's a Padma Bhushan awardee. He's someone who started his research on manual scavenging, and that led you to social reform, and that led you to set up this path-breaking Sulabh complexes and the Sulabh Shauchalaya. Thank you so much for joining us. Udit Raj, you are the National President of the Indian Justice Party and SC/ST Confederation, someone who's spoken out strongly in favor of Jairam Ramesh's statement. Meenakshi Lekhi, advocate, National Vice President of the BJP Mahila Morcha, and Santosh Desai, author and columnist. Bindeshwar Pathak, to start it off with you, मंदिर से भी ज्यादा पवित्र है शौचालय. Should the Rural Development Minister have said such a statement?
Actually, he was meaning that toilet should be very clean so that it could be used properly. So sometimes when he speak, maybe a literal meaning or symbolic meaning. So he was not hurting the sentiment of anybody, but certainly he wanted to bring emphasis on the toilet. So you should not take it as literally, and you should take it that he was emphasizing that toilets should be kept clean, better than temples, so that in temple no invention has been done, but in toilet invention has been done. So if a toilet is clean, beautiful, you can sit there, you can think, I have done myself, sitting in the toilet for an hour and to design something new. So that is, therefore he must have said that toilets should be very clean, beautiful.
So he was trying to simply re-emphasize the central importance of toilets and restore the fact that toilets must occupy center stage in our policy making because it's such a crucial necessity.
Of course, the toilet should be very clean.
And you also are supporting Jairam Ramesh, and you have said Jairam Ramesh is a dynamic minister, and those who are raising a controversy about it should be ashamed of their conduct. Why do you believe that you can't even question Jairam Ramesh's statement?
Yes, I support. What he meant was that we need many more toilets. About 60%, even more than 60% people do not have toilet facilities. Let me tell you, if sex ratio is coming down, one of the reasons is shortage or non-availability of toilets in rural area. I was born and brought up in rural area, and I know that either the ladies and girls before the dawn or after the sunset, they go for natural call and they go to ease out, and for whole day they hold. And I tell you, this itself generates a lot of diseases.
Right, and there's also a caste dimension here, isn't it? There are in fact 7 lakh manual scavengers.
He meant this, what he says is not correct. He meant this, that we need to have more and more toilet constructed, and
to get rid of the caste prejudice and the kind of humiliation borne by the night soil carriers.
Consciousness. But I'm very sorry to say that some people are relating it to religion. It's nothing to do with the religion. It is not hurting the sentiments of anybody. What simply he wanted was to arouse the consciousness among the people that we should, the time has come now.
Meenakshi Lekhi, is the BJP, Bajrang Dal, VHP, they've been protesting outside Jairam Ramesh's house. Are you unnecessarily making this a question of hurting Hindu sentiment, hurting Hindu religious identity? Simply, this could be a figure of speech. He says, Mandir se bhi zyada pavitra hai Shauchalya. It could simply be a way of emphasizing, as Mr. Pathak is saying, the centrality of the toilet to a dignified existence.
No, centrality of the toilet to a dignified existence, I would have agreed upon had he said puja sthal, but he specified one of the puja sthals and he has specified temples. Had he said does he want to make toilets only for Hindus, does he not want to make toilets for Muslims or Christians, because has he used the word church, has he used the word masjid? He's on purpose incited, and this was a very, very tacit method of inciting a particular community, and on purpose, and he's acted like a very, very bad politician, because you don't want to play politics of cleanliness, politics of untouchability and politics of communal disharmony. So this, what this gentleman has done is actually not what my friends on both sides, or to whom I agree in principle on whatever they have said about untouchability, about allow me to complete, Mr. Udayji. The right context will come from the party, the right context will come from the person, the party itself, the party he represents. Had this been the context, this explanation would have come from the party. You know what party has said? Manish Tiwari has gone on air to say, "Hum dharm sapeksh log hai."
Mr. Udit Raj's point is,
Mr. Udit Raj is
he's speaking from the caste perspective, from the SC/ST perspective. He's saying that in fact parties like you are obstructing social reform by not giving this issue that kind of centrality.
You are obstructing social reform.
You're obstructing social reform.
We should nurture this consciousness more and more among the people that toilets are needed. I tell you, not only this thing, this is
he has to read about it.
By creating universal modern toilets, we will get rid of the curse of night soil carriers and of manual scavenging.
1.3 million Dalits are still carrying out night soil, and
1.3 million Dalits are still carrying night soil.
You see, coming back to the untouchability issue,
and they will get rid of it.
Mr. Udit Raj, allow me to complete. I am in complete agreement so far as this particular statement is concerned about not having untouchability, having modern toilets. In fact, I'll say cleanliness drive in the entire country.
But why should he insult the religious sentiments of a community? Why should he say mandir? You want to respond to that, and then we'll get in Santosh.
I want to show you a book, Temples of Convenience, published in London in 1978, written by Lucinda Lambton. Now in London, if you
temples of convenience, where a toilet is called a temple of convenience. That's like the temples of modern India.
I would have agreed had she called it a church of convenience.
Let me clear. Now, in the meaning of temple, somebody asked in England, what will he reply? A church.
No.
Not a mandir. No. How an Englishman can speak a mandir?
That's precisely the point. When does an Englishman call church a temple?
No, it is simply because he was speaking in Hindi, because he himself is a Hindu, so he used the word mandir as a kind of automatic reflex. To suggest that this is the shrine. But let me put your point to Santosh Desai. Santosh Desai, is this again the elitism of the English-speaking politician, that you simply live in denial of the fact that there are millions and tens of millions who hold the temple as sacred, that you cannot, when you're introducing such an important social reform, pour scorn on their religious beliefs? For many, the temple is a place where you go to for solace, you go to in times of tragedy. You cannot equate it so blithely and say toilets are much more pure than temples, because this is simply showing your elitist distance from the people you're talking to and yourself.
No, perhaps he could have he could have phrased it a little more sensitively. Perhaps the point that sometimes you sort of overlook the fact that what you say can mean different things to different people. But I think just as he could have been a little more careful, I think people who are taking offence could equally perhaps halt a little and think about the larger context. So if you look at the larger narrative that he has been espousing, then clearly here's a man who feels passionately about the subject. Yesterday he used another kind of a symbol, of a modern symbol like the mobile phone. Today he is trying to make the same point using another symbol. Then to see a very narrow religious kind of an agenda in this, just as he had a choice of phrasing it a little better, similarly the people who are taking offence have the choice and option of stepping back and looking at the larger context, which they are refusing to do. So I think in that case both sides are perhaps using this in some ways to make their own point.
But these are understandable reactions. But these are understandable. But these are understandable reactions, don't you think? When Rahul Gandhi goes to UP and says people from UP go and beg on the streets of Mumbai, when Jairam Ramesh says toilets are more pure than temples. I mean, doesn't that again repeatedly keep showing the distance between elitist politicians and the crowds they're addressing? Isn't that also an issue here? Because after all, you must identify with the people you're talking to.
Yeah, but the objection that is being raised is not about elitism. The objection that is being raised is about the fact that you are actually actively seeking to hurt sentiments of a community. I mean, it would be a fair argument if you were to actually make the point that you are making, but that's not the point that is being made.
Okay, so there may be a point about elitism, but there is no question that he was trying to hurt a religious sentiment. As Santosh Desai is saying, there's no question that he was trying to do that.
There is a sinister politics which he was trying to play, and that is the point I'm making. And why I say sinister politics, because Mr. Desai has talked about telephone, then he talked about this. The third statement which comes was about him with Mr. Wajahat Habibullah of the Minority Commission, where he said that we are going to include graveyards into Manrega schemes, and we are going to barbed wire the fencing, because and in truth they are doing nothing for Muslims. Let me tell you that they are doing nothing for Muslims. Nothing has been done for upliftment. Nothing has been done for because when you are uplifting the country, you can't distinguish Hindu, Muslim, Christian. The whole country has to progress. Now here is huge unemployment. We have seen in Jammu Kashmir Assembly. We've seen how people from SC/ST community are suffering. We have seen all kinds of horrendous things happening around the country. To divert from the real politics, when people ask you for employment, when people ask you to curb these kinds of nasty things which are happening,
vote bank politics.
Playing vote bank politics. And then you
why
say
could he not have said masjid? Why could he not have said mosque? Why could he not have said gurdwara? Why could he not have said
place of worship? It was
only Hindu mandir.
He was playing.
Maybe he had
just a second. My house was built by grandfather. That house has a temple even today, but not a toilet. And myself, my father, my mother, all used to go outside. Now that house had a temple, but not
no toilet.
No toilet.
But that's the question. In the Indian mentality, the toilet has not been given that kind of importance.
Exactly.
Allow me to complete. No. You see, on one side,
in Delhi also, I tell you, common toilets are not available there, and men somehow manage it. Whatever the women. They can't manage.
They can't manage. So you're basically saying that it's a scourge on the poor people, and it's also the lack of dry latrines is a reason why there is a scourge of untouchability, of SC/ST discrimination, of this curse of manual scavenging. Therefore, dry toilets and dry latrines are the need of the hour. And by saying that there should be mandirs or purer than mandirs, there is a social reform agenda.
No way.
Literal meaning, it should not be taken as a literal word. If you go, then you miss what he intends. He intends instead that the
toilet. I think Meenakshi's point is that it's easy to talk about Hindu mandir. You have to be much more careful.
I disagree.
That is not the point. Actually,
that is not the point. His point is that India should be hygienic nation. We don't have hygiene. I tell you,
but you can say that without saying mandir. You can say that without casting aspersions on mandir.
He would have given that example also. That would not that would have not been gone out of context also. But he was just
okay. But that's a point. That's a good point. He's saying that he also said around mandirs there's a lot of dirt.
Lot of dirt, no toilets.
He's saying ये है कि सबसे गंदे जगह हमारे मंदिर ही हैं. जब आप मंदिर जाते हैं आपको नाक बंद करके जाना पड़ता है.
That's my point. That's exactly my point.
That is not your point. Your point is to politicize this issue.
My point
and
is
to relate it to the religion.
Let me allow me to complete. You made your point. Allow me to complete. Mr. Udit Raj is doing what even Manish Tiwari has not done. And Manish Tiwari on air, allow me to complete. You can answer after I have made a point. Now Manish Tiwari on air goes to say we are dharm nirpeksh और हम सब धर्मों की इज्जत करते हैं. Now each one can have their own agenda. That's a separate story. The hit was specific towards Hindus. It was meant to hurt the Hindu feelings. Had he made a generalized statement, one would have understood. Nobody is talking about dry latrines, a different context. Now you're talking about untouchability. Untouchability has a history in this country which comes from medieval India. What my friend Mr. Pathak is saying...
From ancient India, it comes from ancient India, not from medieval India. I'm correcting you.
You're not correcting.
I'm correcting
You're not correcting me.
I'm correcting you.
I will read out the shlokas. I will read out the shlokas.
The entire struggle, entire fight, and entire Buddhism
was Buddha not part of Hinduism?
No, he was not part.
Okay, no. We're diverting the issue. Let me just put to you, Mr. Pathak.
He rose against the caste system.
Let's move the discussion forward. Let's move the discussion forward.
Who is defending that this kind of atrocities should happen on SC/ST? Nobody. Nobody. On the contrary, I will say it is the failure of the Congress government which has been ruling for past 60 years.
But it is Hindu society that it is Hindu society that imposes those terrible discriminations on those Dalit castes.
I'm sorry. It is the government of India which is supposed to work.
Okay.
It is the rule of law which needs to prevent this. It is the rule of law which needs to end those practices.
And society doesn't have to do anything.
And society, whoever does not work around that should be punished.
Right. I take your point there. Let's move the discussion forward. Jairam Ramesh wants to change mindsets on toilets. As you rightly say, Indian homes, we all have mandirs. We have very few of us have toilets. Indians do not understand the importance of hygienic toilets. There is no understanding or awareness of the need to have toilets. But it's important that the mindset has to change. Now, why is there this mindset? I want to ask you that first question. But second of all, if you want to change mindsets, should you do it in a gentle way, not by sensationalizing or shocking people? Because if you shock people, sensationalize people, hurt people, then their mindsets won't change. So just address two questions.
Yes, two questions.
Sagarika, just allow me to add one more line to what you're saying. Mindset, if the mindset exists, it is not exclusive to Hindu society. When it comes to reservation, they ask for reservation on the similar grounds when it comes to Muslims, when it comes to Christians. So it is about Indian society.
It's about Indian society. It's not necessarily about Hindu society.
I want to speak a political line, because all political parties support to our program, so I am not going to talk political line. In Puran, it was suggested to Indians not to defecate near human habitation.
Right.
It was suggested to
in
go
the Puranas.
It's
written that human beings should not defecate near human habitation.
I'm quoting the book Devi Puran. And it was suggested to go at a distance, dig a small pit, put some grass and leaves, then defecate. After you over, put some grass and leaves, fill the earth. That continued. So now from 5 years, we have been telling people not to have toilet inside the house. Now we are telling, please have toilet inside the house. So what is important? The important is...
And the mindset is generations old. We don't have that mindset even.
I am a Brahmin by birth, not by... I believe in it. So when I started talking about the toilets, and I used to meet you, Mr. Pathak, talk everything, not toilets. And toilet is most important thing in life.
Toilet के बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे.
Suppose you go, नहीं बात करेंगे. And my father was very sad. My father-in-law was very angry with me. I said, I'm trying to tell
that a Brahmin was taking up the cause of toilets.
No, the question, why? The question is,
as a high caste person, you were not supposed to be espousing the cause of toilets.
Let me say, if you want to go to temple, the first thing, you get up, go to toilet first, take bath and go to temple, not otherwise. So the question is, he was not meaning hurting anybody. I entirely disagree with her that Jairam Ramesh, knowingly fully well, he wanted to try to hurt the Hindu sentiments, and so he used the word mandir.
So this was a shock treatment, like a kind of a shock treatment.
While speaking, I do not know you, but many times we speak, and sometimes what slipped, and therefore he was not meaning that I will hurt sentiments of Hindus.
What he really was trying was to do that mindset change.
Yes.
Was to bring that mindset change. Is that the point, Santosh Desai, that Jairam Ramesh was trying to perhaps make, that toilets are also sacred? It is your sacred duty to build toilets. It is your sacred duty to use toilets, because toilets also, when they are not modern, when they are not dry, they also exemplify caste discrimination, because it's the Dalit caste who have to take away that night soil. So it is therefore in a way a sacred duty for you to have a modern toilet. Do you think he was trying to actually speak the language of social reform?
Well, I certainly think that he was attempting to do that, but my discomfort with his statements, I mean, if you look at the earlier statement and this one, is that it seems to me that he in a sense is kind of implicitly blaming the people who don't currently feel the need or are culturally sort of not attuned to the idea of toilets. He's kind of in a sense laying the blame at their doorstep. I think in this case the state needs to take much more responsibility for this. I don't think you can change mindsets by accusatory kind of tones. I don't think you can change mindsets by sensationalizing the issue. I think you need empathy. You need to understand that there is a reason why people believe what they do. They live in a certain context which allows them to continue to believe that. If you don't change the context, and that responsibility rests primarily with the state, you cannot transfer that responsibility and say that because the women of the house want mobile phones instead of
no, but Jairam Ramesh is the state.
There are more.
No, but Jairam Ramesh is the state.
Yes, so
and he's taking the responsibility of changing the mindset and and trying to change mindsets. But you continue to believe that this is not the kind of language, that it's all to the good, that he should try and reform toilets and reform mindsets on toilets, but he cannot hurt religious sentiment in the process of doing so.
What has the state done all these years?
What is the state? We have to actually go into a short break at this point. Let's come back and pick it up and advance our arguments on how the mindset change can be made on toilets. We need toilets, toilets and more toilets. They are the focus of social discrimination, the focus of lack of hygiene. They are the focus where death comes from. We need more toilets, but we have to change that mindset without insulting religious sentiments. Let's take a short break and come back. Rural Development Minister Jairam Ramesh has said that toilets are more pure and holy than temples. Are universal toilets more important than temples? We're discussing this. Meenakshi Lekhi, now, is it not a fact that within Hindu society, which is the society where castes exist, that there is discrimination on the Dalit caste, on the SC/ST caste, that are supposed to be the carriers of night soil?
Exactly.
And this is a kind of caste Hindu mentality, that we will use the latrine, we will use outside latrine, because we don't have to clean it up, because it's going to be the poor Balmikis and the manual scavenging caste that will take it away. So therefore, within Hindu society, there is perhaps a need for reform of mindset, because often an upper caste mindset is such that you presume that the lower castes are destined to carry away your night soil.
I agree with you, but then I want to enlarge the statement to not just Hindus. This exists amongst Muslims.
No, but
allow me to complete, Sagarika. And this extends to Muslims, this extends to Christians, and that is why whenever it's a question of reservation, etc., everybody is high in arms, up in arms on those issues. Now, when this kind of untouchability exists, and I am one of the opinion that those who have gone out have gone away from this practice, and this practice is exercised on the Hindu law caste and should not exist, and law must come to their protection. Whatever we need to do to change the mindset, to change the system, to change the governance, to change everything has to be done. And I think the best way to change is cleanliness drives in good schools, because when you see very well dressed persons standing up with a broom
and cleaning the toilet,
and not just the toilet, clean up everything on the streets. So we have a huge mental block. We see people throwing things out of big beautiful cars on the streets. So cleaning up,
because the Hindu upper caste is not programmed to clean.
No,
the Hindu upper
this
caste
needs
is
to
not programmed to
change.
clean
And
up.
dignity,
he always believes that others will clean up
and
his
dignity,
mess.
dignity of
I'll go
labor.
further.
Dignity of labor.
I will even further. I'll go even further. I don't think that.
But this is not what Jairam Ramesh was doing.
Okay.
There is no nation, no country on the globe that all castes or major section do litter, or one caste is made to clean.
There is only one caste that is made to clean night soil.
That is in India. More than 6,000 castes, they litter. They do all kind of dirty things, but only one caste is meant to clean. Is it the
so therefore you have to make sensationalist comments, and you have to make shocking comments, because you have to give that shock treatment for people's mindsets to change. Okay, that's his view.
That is not correct.
That
is not correct. The question is, it is correct that Hindu society did not want or utter even the name of the toilet. It was a taboo to talk.
You can't even utter the name of the toilet.
While having food. Yeah. We have been able to change thoughts and behavior, attitude of people towards toilets, but not to the extent we should have. So the question is that in no way, the discussion is the statement of Mr. Jairam Ramesh. And I say that he was not meaning to hurt Hindu sentiment.
He was not meaning to hurt Hindu sentiment. Let me bring in Santosh Desai. Do you believe that Jairam Ramesh was playing vote bank politics?
Just a second.
Hang on a second, Mr. Udit Raj. Did you want to respond to Meenakshi Lekhi's point that this was in fact a deliberate attempt by Jairam Ramesh to play vote bank politics?
No, I absolutely don't believe so. I don't think there was, I think that skews the conversation into a tangent. He could have perhaps phrased it better, like I said, but that's not, I don't think that's the core issue. The core issue is...
But Santosh, the fact is he did use the word mandir and not masjid or gurdwara or church.
Yeah, but the fact is that if he is making the point that there are more temples than there are toilets, I mean, the fact is that, that you can't say more churches and you can't say more masjids, you say more temples.
I'm sorry,
I mean, you get over it and get past it. I don't think...
Right.
And also you look at the earlier statement.
No,
context. Don't just look at one
I'm afraid we're completely out of time. We're completely out of time.
About churches I have.
Teaching the Balaskar part in Hindi. So all villagers came and objected to it. So he said, no, this is an English name, and nobody objected to it.
Right.
Had Jairam Ramesh would have told temple, nobody objected it.
But because he said mandir, that is why people are objecting. But the question is,
it's intention.
It's intention. We're unfortunately completely out of time. We're completely out of time. We're all agreed that we need a mindset change when it comes to toilets. We all need to have a huge mindset change when it comes to toilet. We need universal modern toilets. But as Meenakshi is saying, you can't insult a religion in order to make that point.
And Harappan civilization is part of this country.
But he did not. But in fact, Mr. Bindeshwar Pathak, who is in fact the founder of Sulabh Shauchalaya, who is in fact the father of the modern toilet system in India, is supporting Mr. Jairam Ramesh, saying he did not mean to offend.
A Brahmin by birth.
And you are a Brahmin.
Not by profession.
You are a Brahmin by birth, and still you clean toilets. Still you clean toilets. You believe that Jairam Ramesh should be supported because he's advancing the cause of social reform. Thank you very much indeed, Santosh Desai, Meenakshi Lekhi, Bindeshwar Pathak ji, and Mr. Udit Raji. Thanks very much indeed. Are toilets more important than temples? 60 are there saying yes. Thanks for watching.